Hello, and welcome to my random thoughts. Is there a difference between being ran over and being hit by a car? I was thinking about it, and I think there is. Because if you're ran over, that's implying that you are getting run over by the car. If you are hit by a car, that's implying that you are hit by the car. The Minecraft mob vote is about to happen soon. And it's between three new mobs. The Allay, the Glade, and the Copper Golem. My take on it is that Dream rigged the last one. I think we should have something more useful than a glowy squid. But that's just my opinion. Do you think that some animals on Earth came from space before we were alive? Think about it. If there was a microbe living in an asteroid with water in it, and it struck down, maybe you can consider that those microbes could grow and evolve with humans, and that's what some of the mammals were. For example, take a cow. Why is it on Earth? Probably because it evolved from something. But some things we know where they came from. Some are still yet to be found. Artificial intelligence is scary, right? But why are we so afraid of something that we can turn off ourselves and we built? Well, if the robots become smart enough, they might be able to live without us, causing the extinction of humans towards the robot race. Or we could be lucky and we can make friends with the robots. But let's be honest, that's not happening. Don't you think the death penalty is a little unfair? Let me explain. The patients get the meal that they want of their choice, but they only get one thing. Think about how unfair that is. Out of all the things in the world, you're limited to one thing. I feel like they should have more of a choice of picking what they want. For example, what if they wanted an apple, but soup? Would they restrict them from having both? Internet memes are such an interesting topic because what was the point from when memes went from this to this? Honestly, I can't answer it to myself. I think memes are a freak of nature concept, but extremely funny. Is there a point where technology cannot be advanced further than where it will be? I think about this and think, what if there's just one thing we haven't found yet or haven't known how to build? This concept is a little scary because science and building could go miles into the future, but we just haven't discovered it yet. What's the correct way to pronounce GIF or GIF? This has been on the internet for years, and honestly, I pronounce it GIF, while a lot of other people pronounce it GIF. This has been explained many times where even the creator of the word pronounces it GIF. But many studies in information have shown that in some ways you can also pronounce it GIF. Is school really necessary? If you think about it, in the eyes of someone that will never run a career that has to do with any of their classes, is it beneficial for them to go to school? Maybe in their earlier years, yes, learning the English language and being able to write. But at the point of high school or college, is the information you are learning necessary? College, you can contradict that a little bit because you went to that college for a specific reason. But high school, is calculus or geometry or trigonometry really beneficial to the human brain? Maybe if you're trying to become an engineer, but for anyone that isn't, is school right for them? Stress is such an interesting thing. It affects the human brain in so many ways. You could be stressed from something, and it could lead to a big string of things throughout that day or throughout your life. If your life is that stressful 24/7, it could have some major impacts on how you act. The brain is an interesting thing that a lot of people haven't discovered yet. A lot of people don't know the brain, and the brain hasn't even been discovered fully yet. Interesting. Isn't it weird that showers became a thing? You think of it as skincare and helping you clean yourself. But if you think back to a while in the past, people clean themselves by getting into rivers and washing themselves. Skincare is definitely needed in a human's life if you are wanting to keep things that are unwanted off of your body. But isn't it weird that showers became a thing? It might be an easy alternative, but where did it come from? Have you ever just thought about words and why those were the words chosen? Especially the English language. If you think of the English language and really look into it, it is a very confusing language. But I've always thought as a little child, why would a car be called a car? Why was that the connection? Or why is a house called a house? Or a computer called a computer? Or a wall called a wall? Interesting. Are these things the things chosen to be words? Isn't it weird that we've associated some colors with some adjectives? Like yellow is bright and sunny and happy, while red is angry, blue is sad. Why were these things made to be like that? And what did these colors do to influence people to make them those things? That is all the time I have. Thank you for joining me on this questionable journey. I hope to see you in the future again. These things are interesting, but some have answers. So I really don't care if you find an answer to one, because it's kind of just random thoughts that are in my head. So if you find an answer to one of the things I've said that's pretty obvious, good for you. I don't care. Thank you for watching.